Hey everybody, it's Morbid Persons coming to you live on Pirate Sec. And I've got a special guest today, a very good friend of mine. I've been working with him for quite some time now. Goes by the name of John Moralis, very good Anon buddy. And before I go ahead and get this broadcast started, I'm going to go ahead and welcome in some other Anons and stuff into this chat and stuff. So I'm going to go and get some people in here for you guys, and, any of you guys that want to go live with me sometime, that fucking, I don't know, you guys just want to kind of, get on live and give your perspectives, your political views, and stuff, man, and I know we have lots of operations that we do, so some of you guys, you may want to actually go on and give your 2 cents, so, I'm glad to have you guys. Anytime you guys want to go on live with me, please let me know, because I'm looking for people to go live every day. I like to interview people. I like to get perspectives of things. I like to get, things going. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and invite all my little friends in. John Moralis. All these guys. You guys can invite your friends to this as well. This is going to be a longer segment because there's going to be lots of questions that's going to be asked. It's going to be a really good interview, a peaceful interview. Good brother of mine. So, hopefully you guys enjoy what we have to go over with you guys today. Let's see here. Alright, up to 2 viewers. We're getting there. Yep, up to like 4 viewers now? I'm loving it. Let's see. John Moralis, so when you're in here, brother, if you would, just go ahead and tell me that you're here. So that way we can get you invited into here as our special guest. Alright. We're getting up to date. Gonna be lots of people in this one. Sorry for the wait, everybody. Alright. That should be about good. Alright. Actually, Brian, today it's actually, I got a live guest coming on with me. His name is John Moralis. Very good Anon brother of mine. We work hard on operations together. He is from True Anonymous Activist. He's also went live with my buddy Avenger. And I actually met John Moralis through my buddy Avenger when we were bringing him into Zello. We got lots of stuff to go over, lots of good topics to talk about. This is going to be peaceful. I ain't got to rip nobody's ass today. It shouldn't really have to be that way, man. It's just, when you're really compassionate about something, and when you get close to people, especially in Anonymous, and you see people attacking them, it really hits deep. And you feel obligated to defend it. You know what I mean? So, hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for coming into this broadcast. Alright, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to John Moralis. He's up and ready to go live, and we're going to bring him in. John Moralis, you are now invited to the broadcast. So we'll be awaiting you. Over lots of operations to talk about, and lots of good intel for you guys. Please do enjoy. Hopefully, you guys learn something, and it can be a little educational experience for everybody. And lots to go over today. And this is only one of probably 3 people that I have going live with me today. We got lots of people that's going to be coming on today. So please stay tuned for all the guests we have coming in. All right, brother, how's it going, John?
I'm doing good.
Good deal. You ready for the November 5th march, brother?
Yes, I am, man. I've been trying to get some stuff ready, and I've actually bought a whole bunch of flags and masks for people who don't have any, and I have to wait until I think the end of this month to get them, and when I go to the Million Mask March, I'm just going to give it to people who don't have any masks or any flags. I'm like, here you go, man.
Oh man, I wish you were close to me. I'd hook you up. I had a good,
Oh
friend of
man,
mine. Jim kind of helped me out with mask and stuff. So got a whole
yeah, I
fucking
have
like
a
box
man,
full
and I'm
here.
like, am I supposed to wear all these masks? But I paid a couple of them, and I actually sent them out about 4 or 5 of them, and I've gotten them all in return saying they didn't want them. And I was like, well, why did you ask me for them if you didn't want them? You know, it's like, what's the point? Seems like they just
Yeah,
wanted me.
most definitely. Yeah, man, I'm pretty hyped about it myself. Actually, my fiance, I don't know if you know it or not, but she's a new Anon. So she's just kind of coming into Anonymous,
Uh
and
huh.
she's kind of nervous about the whole Antifa situation. So, in my 8 years of being with Anonymous, I had to explain to her about all the years of Antifa threats. We're always getting some kind of threat before the fifth, you know what I mean? So, trying to get her used to all that, and it's kind of an adjusting period, you know what I mean? Whenever you
Yeah.
have you have a bunch of people and a bunch of groups, threaten to, cause harm and stuff, man, it can kind of get to you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, man, I'm actually trying to I'm developing crews left and right. I got all kinds of people. Oh, Morbid, let's go to the march together. Let's go to the march together. I'm just like, I know some of you guys fucking, live on one way and, live on my way, and maybe somebody lives halfway across the world. And it's like, man, you live in another country. I want to go to the march with you, but I really can't at the same time. But what I can do is I can make you a mask and ship it to you, or, find ways to, help out. So, John, the first question I have today, brother, is are you familiar with the DDoS attack? Distributed denial of service. It's used by lots of ADONs, and I'm very familiar with it. I've gotten pretty good at using it. But it's used basically just as you have self defense in real life, and anonymous, you have self defense as well. And there's certain
Mhm.
individuals that sometimes it's necessary to take it. Maybe DDoS Facebook or something just to kind of keep the peace and keep everybody relevant.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree with this?
No, I basically think that everybody has the right to defend themselves. Um, so basically, I do agree that every Anon should have the right to defend themselves 100% because, how things are going. Um, we don't know who's gonna like do something, but it's always best to be prepared than to be unprepared. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
always be 100% cautious when you're with your fellow brothers and sisters because if something does happen, at least you have their back and say, hey, I got your back and everything. So I 100% agree they should be prepared and have something safe for them just in case something does go wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you 110%, brother. With all this being said, and all these distractions, all these trolls, and all this controversy that's been going on against Anonymous, can you kind
Mm-hmm.
of see, as an Anonymous, somebody that is a part of Anonymous, can you see, reasons that you kind of have to be paranoid in certain circumstances? Maybe there's a troll that's constantly trolling on somebody. Would
Yeah.
you agree that the trolls watch list is appropriate page to have to stop these trolls and to let other Anons know that there's bad out there and who to watch out for? Do you agree? Do you
Yeah.
see this as infighting?
I honestly agree with that page because, there's a lot of people out there who are trolling a lot of Anons out there and who are basically attacking other Anons. And, trolls needs to be stopped because honestly, all they're doing is they have nothing better else with their lives. And how I see it is that we as Anonymous have to be very cautious because the trolls that we have nowadays is like attacking multiple people, even anonymous. And if we all think about it, some of these trolls are basically your government, your anybody. It can be anybody. It can even be your own brothers and sisters, and you may not know about it. But yet, the page is a good thing to have because at least you know who's a troll and how you can stop them. Because when you have that page, it's like you're like, okay, they know what they're doing. You know, it's very 100% awesome to have that page.
Right. So you would agree that having the trolls watch list page is a good thing. I've had
Yeah.
individuals tell me, "Oh, that's infighting, that's bad." But in all my time of being anonymous, it's done costed me 3 Facebooks. I've had trolls that's come on there, and I believe some are from the FBI. I believe that I'm on a governmental watch list.
Uh huh.
So it's like, it's about time that somebody does create a page for these trolls. So that
Uh
way,
huh.
anonymous brothers and sisters can look at the watch list and they can kind of be like, okay, maybe I got to watch out for this person, or maybe this person's causing too much trouble. So I just need to kind of put them to the
Yeah.
side. So that way I can focus on my operations and do what I got to do. So that way I
Yeah.
can feed homeless. So that way we can focus on, Operation Black Flag or any other operations that got our our sights set on. And there's
Yeah.
constantly anons that are getting their Facebooks knocked down and stuff. And I'm dealing
Uh
with
huh.
trolls on a daily basis. I'm constantly under attack from some kind of troll somewhere in some group or whatever. And
Yeah.
I kind of at the same time I like the fact that these trolls are coming for attacks because that gives me that much more of a reason to post their asses in the group. I had
Yeah.
a girl today. I'm not going to release any names or anything, but she told me that, well, this is a hate group you have here. This Trolls Watch List is a hate group. The Trolls Watch List is not a hate group. This has been going on for so many years. It's about time that somebody kind of gets on and exposes some things. And I see you guys, you're talking about Nicole because Nicole's been one of the things, that I've kind of had problems with here lately.
Uh huh.
I'm mainly not talking about Nicole. At the same time, Nicole is she's tag teaming with somebody called Renee Maddox, and this Renee Maddox girl had targeted Gerald McDaniels the other day,
That
and
yeah.
she took screenshots of Gerald going off on her, but she didn't give the whole conversation. She just said this
Uh,
guy's threatening me and my family, and nowhere in there did it say I'm coming to kill your family. Nowhere in there did it say anything like that. He just said that basically he's just going to expose them. He's just going to, basically, and Gerald McDaniel, he's another. I've had my run-ins with him. I've bumped heads with him, but at the same time,
uh,
he's an anon brother of mine. And if I see this person, what's the first thing a troll does, John? A troll is the kind of people that will do anything to get an uprise or out of people, anything to get a laugh. And
yep.
if it means that they come and piss you off, if they talk about your kids, and you decide to retaliate, they're only going to
Uh,
take the part that you retaliated, and they're going to post it as their cover photo, or they're going to post it as their profile picture, so that way anybody that looks at their profile can see that. That's how I know how to look for a troll. I could smell a troll a mile away. Renee Maddox is a troll. I can tell you that right now because all the signs show. And and Nicole and bless her heart, man. If she's innocent, then she needs to come out and talk to me. I understand that there's different time zones. I sent over 100, what over 200 now, 200 messages saying we are anonymous, we are legion, we do not forgive, we do not forget, expect us. It's about 200 something
yeah.
messages I blew her messenger up with. I had every intent of taking her messenger out. I had every intent of taking her Facebook out. I had every
Yeah.
intention of DDoS and Renee because they
Uh-huh.
attacked my Anon brother. But
Yeah.
at the same time, somebody has to keep the peace. Anonymous is getting attacked left and right. Somebody has to keep these
Uh,
infiltrators from coming in and damaging our operations because our operations have been
yep.
hindered for years upon years. You know what I mean? And it's time that we try to make
Yeah.
a stand and create the trolls watch list, even if they're not a troll. Maybe there's suspicions that they're a troll. Other people think they're a troll. So they're going to be put on an anonymous, trolls watch list just to kind of be observed. It don't mean they're bad people. It don't mean that, they're, completely terrible. It basically just means that, hey, just keep an eye on this person. If you see anything suspicious, just please report it. And that's all it really is. It's completely irrelevant, brother. Wouldn't you agree that this was a good thing to have, though? Because all these hindrances that we've had come over the years with our operations?
Yeah, and all the like what you just said, about all these attacks and stuff, and when that one person attacked Gerald, yesterday I was actually being attacked myself because apparently I couldn't get on Facebook, and apparently Facebook had shut me down for about 12 hours, saying that someone reported my name for fake, and I'm like, how can you like how the like why would you think it's fake? And I actually replied back to him by saying, that's not a fake name. You can look it up. And they actually found out that my own father has Facebook, and they actually asked him, and he goes, yeah, that's my son. And they actually, whoever reported it, they took that report down. And apparently, I had about 5 to 6 messages saying, oh, you're not anonymous. You're just a troll. Get out of here. You want to be. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are, but you can take all your negativity and hit me all you want, but all I'm gonna do is just gonna say, okay, have a good day, and just like I'm
Right.
gonna give them peace, even though they don't like that, it's like I've always heard this: when someone gives you negativity, you give them something nice back, they're gonna get more pissed off, and that's what you want is for them to
Hey,
realize.
hey, 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 John, hold up a second. Brian and Quan Chi, I want to go ahead and let you guys know, because I'm actually trained to sniff out trolls, man. There's a certain way and certain things to look for when you're trained to take out trolls.
Uh
okay, let's just say like I comment on a post or something, and okay, all of a sudden, like, I just want to contribute, I just want to say something respectful, or, basically just put my 2 cents in, but I'm being respectful about it, okay? I ain't trying to cause problems for nobody. All of a sudden, this
yeah,
malicious individual comes out. Fuck you, motherfucker. Yada, yada, yada. And, you're this or that. And, you're bad, and this, that, and the other. And, you're an infiltrator to Anonymous, and blah, 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 blah. Anything to basically belittle you, make you feel less than. These individuals, purposely target individuals to do this. A lot of them are paid by CIA, FBI, higher fucking anarchies and shit, man. And these motherfuckers, in some, and it may be illegal to hack in the United States, but in other countries it is not illegal to hack. And, a lot of people, they hire other individuals to do the dirty work for them. And and after a while, you start to sniff out these trolls. Okay, and when I look for a troll, let's just say a person just creates a Facebook, okay? I'll go to their Facebook, I'll scroll all the way down. If they ain't got legitimate posts, legitimate anything, or maybe they're just sex bots, like, these little women going around flashing their hoo-haws and shit, well,
uh,
I can sniff those out a mile away, because you can go to their profile and scroll all the way down, and they have, like, they'll post a picture, and I've caught this, I literally, as an anon, I have seen this happen. They took a picture of another individual, posted it on their Facebook acting like it's them, and then they got like 75, like, oh my god, baby, come fuck me. Oh my god, baby, stick your dick. I'm gonna stick my dick in you. Oh my god, baby, come have a good time at my place. All this dumb shit, and fucking they were, then now a 15-year-old little girl's life is destroyed because she decided she wanted to look pretty one day, dress up, and now somebody stole her pictures, and now everybody's like, oh my god, that's that girl that is throwing her body out there. Oh my god, that's that girl, so. You can sniff trolls out, and who, yeah, you're right. Who am I to decide who's a troll and who's not? Who is anonymous to decide who's a troll and who's not? People troll for fun, and when you're trolling for the wrong reasons, it causes lots of bad things to happen. Lots of people to turn against each other. It causes lots of bad juju, so to speak. Um, maybe you're just one of those trolls that go out there and cuss every anon out you see. Okay, or maybe you're a troll that just looks for attention to feed off of one another. Maybe you just okay, let's just say I talk about the Twinkie factory. Okay, let's just use the Twinkie factory because I like Twinkies and I'm fat. Okay, and let's just say this. Okay, well, they're Tasty Cakes now. They're Tasty Cakes. Twinkie Company went out of business. Fuck you, Morbid. Fuck you. That's considered trolling, okay? That's a form of trolling, believe it or not. And I'm taught to watch out for those kind of things, to basically keep the troll list situated, to keep the troll list down from Anonymous. They may create, several fucking, Facebooks and shit, and they may attack several different Anons. They may attack Anon brothers and sisters, for no reason at all, because they're just malicious. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
insecure about their own selves. And there are trolls that aren't paid. They just troll to troll because they think it's fun and they want to see if they can do it. So they go out and insult somebody. And anonymous is a big one that people like to troll because we cause unity, because we love each other, because we cause people to unite. And currently we're trying to unite with juggalos as well. We're trying to bring the world together, and that's a no-no to the government standards. That's a no-no to the world in general. That's a no-no to Soros. That's a no-no to all of them. You know, so fucking, it just, the list goes on and on and on, man. That's how you know if a troll's a troll or not. So you guys look for that stuff, man.
yeah, and I was I was like yesterday I had about
10-4, Roger on that.
four people
Anon
from my
Avenger,
friends
this is
come.
Morbid 10-2. I will be following up with you briefly after the live video and the live feed. 10-2, 10-4, over and out. Okay. Sorry, brother. Go on.
That's okay. Like I was saying, I was a couple of days ago. I think it was like yesterday or a couple minutes ago. I had about like 5, 10 people send me friend requests, and I'm like, who the hell are these guys? And
Shadow in the house. What's up, Shadow?
2 minutes later, right in the middle of the live feed, man, someone video calls me, and I'm like, no, this is bad timing. So I hanged up. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of a live feed, so automatically it happened again. I'm like, I'm just gonna. I was like, hell with this. I'm like, I got something better to do. So, I said, honestly, these trolls needs to be 100% stopped because I've actually got a message from somebody who actually blocked me for some reason, saying that the person was trying to expose them because somebody thought that the person had a picture of their kids, and one person thought it was something else. And I was like, no, that's actually her kids because she does post pictures with her kids, and someone thought that it was a fake child. I said, how can, I said, really? I said, so if you post a picture of your kids, people are going to think it's fake, you know? And I said to him, I said, sometimes instead of assuming things, ask, because, people will say, oh, this is a fake picture. If it's from your phone, then it's not fake. But, a lot of people I've seen on Facebook who actually does this really stupidly. I've actually reported 3 accounts where someone actually had posted a picture of nothing but people with their child, but it was it was looked like it was downloaded from Google Images, and I said, "What the hell?" And I actually comes to find out it was a fake profile, and I said, "Okay." I reported it, got it off Facebook. I says, just because you think you're smart doesn't mean you're not smart enough because you just got your account shut down. And I got a message from one of their friends saying, "Why did you shut my friend down?" I said, "Because it's a fake account." They said, "Well, the account just got up." I said, "If you're gonna have a real account, at least have a real name, not have something from a Disney or something from a horror movie, name, and mix it all up, because then people will know it's a fake account." And I said, sometimes, and I says, plus I knew it was a troll anyways because the name of it, because the person who I found was named James Troll. I'm like, okay, and it had nothing but trolls, nothing but hate words, and I'm like, you know what, hell with this. I went to their page, shut them down. I says, I'm not gonna let you try to destroy someone else's life with all your hate. And I got a message saying, "Good job, let's keep this up." I kept going for about 5 hours. A lot of people were like saying, "I hate you," da 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 da. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm doing what I gotta do. If I have to protect my family and my friends from people who are negative and hateful towards people, I'm gonna shut you down no matter what. I don't care if you hate me. I gotta do what I gotta do, you know?
Most definitely, I believe in that, brother. And Anon Avenger, yeah, brother, I'll hit you up on Zello briefly following this broadcast, so that way we can talk about that a little bit. Uh, yeah, brother, I agree with that. Not everybody is a troll. Not everybody is, is everything that they're being called. And it's pretty fucking sad. And I gotta relate with my brother here, Brian. It's sad, brother. It really is that it's come to a time that the internet is so infested with trolls that we have to hide our identities now because they will attack us and our families and our friends. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all. I just wish I could take this mask off and show you all who I am because it's about the idea. But because of safety
Yeah,
concerns, but because of safety of my family, my fiance, and other Anons,
yeah,
I can't do that. Everyone's like, Morbid, take the mask off, take the mask off. No, because the mask still has an idea. The mask still has protection. The mask still represents something. And to these trolls and stuff out there, people are getting mad at me and telling me that I control a hate group because I have a trolls watch list. For God's sakes, it's a watch list. Do you see hate
yeah.
or group anywhere in that?
I find that kind of funny how people misinterpret the word trolls watch list. Doesn't the word watch list mean anything to them? If they don't understand that, I think they need to look it up. It means watch out for trolls because
Yeah,
the
just keeping an
whole
eye
thing
on them.
has
It
the
ain't.
whole entire thing on it,
I'm not sitting here
telling you what
saying
it
that I'm gonna
actually
go
means.
dox. I'm not, because I got good friends of mine that troll as well, but they're not like the bad kind of trolls. They're like child predator trolls. They go out lure people in, or they send baiting phishing links to get them reeled in. That's just what pedo hunters do. So I
Yeah.
know trolls. I know people that's very very good at trolling.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of crazy. Um, and it's like there's right things to troll for and there's wrong things to troll for. And whenever they're trolling just to attack anonymous, I don't agree with that at all, brother. I think that something's got to be done. Somebody's got to, take the stance to say, hey, no, this is not okay. Hey, we are anonymous and we don't appreciate this. This is a breach of, you don't sit here and give our information out. Who are you to sit here and troll us? We're sitting here talking about, feeding homeless people. And I remember this one time because it broke my heart a little bit. And it was about 5 years ago. I was on my Sarge Daystro account, and I posted something about going out and feeding a homeless person because I knew a guy on the block that day, and I was going to go out and give him some McDonald's or whatever because I had just got my paycheck. And all of a sudden, this troll comes on there attacking me and everything else. Oh, well, you're just trying to make everybody feel sorry for you. Well, fuck you, Sarge Daystro. And, I fucked your wife and everything else, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, dude, are you fucking serious? You're gonna come in here and talk shit to me like that. You're gonna come in here and disrespect me after I talk about feeding a homeless person and trying to do something good in the world. So the trolls really attack whenever you're trying to do something good, and I normally notice that, which is why I have to keep my guards and everything, on high alert. Because certain individuals, they were not gonna quit attacking anonymous. Maybe they may
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I'm anonymous, I'm good," but then all of a sudden they'll turn around and stab everybody in the back, one by one. Stab, 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 stab. Just kind of, how do I put it? Just because they can. Because some people are just two-faced like that. Some people just don't have emotions. Some people just don't care. So they're going to say, I'm anonymous, love me, brothers and sisters. And then they're going to go out and turn their back on their own name on brothers and sisters. They're going to turn their back on the idea and turn their back on the cause. And that's going to split hell wide open. And that's what the problem today in the world is there's too many two-faced, there's too many problems, too many people, too many places.
Yeah. I, you know, I, last year I was actually going to Orlando and I had my mask on with me and there was this guy that was on the street who was I guess he was a veteran, homeless veteran, and I gave him $20, to get him some food and something to drink or something like that. And I realized that there was a store right behind it that was a liquor store and that like sells different stuff. And I'm like, and I said to myself, I said, is he gonna buy food or is he just gonna go straight there? And he was like, oh, I'm hungry. And I said, okay, here's $20, there's McDonald's, you can get yourself something to eat. He goes, okay. So right before we left, he goes inside the McDonald's and waits for us to leave. He goes right back out, goes straight into the liquor store, buys himself liquor and cigarettes. And I was like, oh God. I said, these people don't need that. They need food and drinks, man. They don't need all this stuff. And luckily, I saw the guy again the next day, and I said, hey, how come you guys got liquor? And he was like, I didn't get liquor. I said, honestly, me and my family saw you. You went from McDonald's and got to the liquor store. We got yourself some, like, alcohol and stuff like that. You don't need that, man. And he was like, well, I got all this stuff going on. And I said, I understand that, but yet you don't need all this liquor on you, because honestly, it's going to affect your whole entire body. And he's like, do you ever drink? I said, only on occasions, if it's on my birthday or on Christmas or on Thanksgiving, possibly. But I said to him, I don't drink, very much. And his buddy says, I agree. So he went to McDonald's, got him something to eat. And he says, honestly, this guy actually gave us something positivity, and they thanked me for it. And he said, I changed his life forever. And he's like, what's that shirt? And I said, what shirt? And I looked down, I'm like, oh. I said, it's anonymous. And then he started, he goes, okay. And then he says to me, what does Anonymous do? I was like, well, there's multiple things Anonymous does. And 20 minutes later, he says, well, can I join Anonymous? I said, sure. And I said, fine. I said, I can help you out with that. For about 15 minutes later, I had an extra mask on me. I gave it to him. I gave him a brand new flag. He gets arrested down the road because the cop says you can't fly that flag. You can't wear that mask. He gets him arrested. I stopped. I said, you can't arrest him for wearing that mask and flying that flag. If he has a right to. And he goes, sure, you're under arrest too. And I said, no, you can't arrest me because I have a freedom of speech and I can say whatever I have to say. And if you don't like it, get back in your car and drive away. He got so pissed, his buddy says, okay, he's speaking the truth, just get out of here. He takes off and leaves the guy right where he was. I picked him up. I gave him his mask back, gave him his flag. I says, don't ever let people bring you down. You have the strength to pick yourself up and brush yourself off and keep doing what you're doing. Because Anonymous does not ever give up.
Yeah, I agree with that, brother. I can definitely, correlate with that. A former homeless guy that was homeless in Charlottesville, Virginia, seen lots of things over there and shit, man. Lots of stuff like that. You go up, give somebody some money, but you gotta think, when you're homeless, living on the streets, you need something to cope with all the shit you're going through, man. Maybe you're freezing out in the cold. Maybe you're dealing with some kind of shit, You never know what the circumstances are, It's just an ongoing thing. It never ends. So it's like fucking, sometimes you just need a little bit of booze or something. I don't know. But when it comes to food, man, I remember being homeless. I had to go steal food, because nobody was coming up dropping change in my hand. I had no guitar. I had no way to sit on the curb, and it was illegal to panhandle. So I could have been doing some time, and I knew that. So, like, that's one of those things that you go through some shit in your life, and then, you know that what struggle's like. I think that whatever higher up is out there puts us through some shit, so that way we know how to help people in the end.
I understand homeless people because I used to be homeless when I was very little, and I understand how people try to live through life being homeless, because when you lose everything that you have and you're out on the streets, it's like super sad, because every time I see homeless people, I always say this to myself: how come instead of sending money overseas, we should build houses for these homeless people so they can get out of the cold in the winter, because they're freezing like in the cold because they're exposed to the weather because they can easily get sick in the winter. But yet some people don't care, and it's very heartbreaking to see all
Oh,
these
brother,
people not
brother, brother,
caring.
whoa, 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 whoa. It's deeper than that, man. There's times that, like, I remember sleeping on a cold sidewalk in Charlottesville, Virginia. And I remember how bad this, how cold it gets over there. It's miserable cold. It's -5, sometimes -15 degrees. You never know. I remember going to sleep, and, us homeless people would try to sleep next to each other because it kept body heat. And I remember waking up and seeing an old man laying there dead from freezing to death. He had a picture of his kids right next to him. The coroner came, pronounced him dead, carried him away in a body bag. He dropped a picture of him and his kids, and of course I tried to run over to fucking give it to, the authorities and shit. Authorities didn't give a fuck, It's like, it's sad. It really is. If you're homeless, a lot of people just don't care. And then when you're homeless for long enough, you develop a mindset that everybody's out to get you, that nobody gives a fuck about you anymore, that you're worthless because you're a bum. And it's sad, but that's true. That's what Operation Homeless is about. It's about all of us getting out there, stepping out of our comfort zone, going into communities, and helping these poor individuals before their life comes to an all-time end. They're fighting for their life out there. It's a war zone on those streets. Nobody understands unless you
Definitely.
really, truly understands, unless you've actually been through that. And it's a living hell and a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very true because every day a lot of homeless people fights for food and tries to find warmth and everything, and it's very sad to see all these people have no homes, but yet the shelters like always say, like some shelters always say, oh, we have no room. Well, you can make a little bit more room for more people, and it's instead of the shelters, like open a church or something, like open a church for people, let the homeless like sleep there so
Oh
they
my
have
God, do
warmth.
you want to know how amazing that would have been in Charlottesville? You don't know that I begged on my hands and fucking knees at the age of 18 years old, saying, Pastor, Reverend, please, please, just let us sleep in here. We're cold, we're hungry. Please just help us. Oh, well, it's past church hours and we can't do this. But we're a soup kitchen and we do this and we do this way. They tell us to do a policy and this is the outcome. And you homeless people are homeless because you did something in life and God forgives you. So I instantly said fuck Christianity and kept going on about my wicked ways. But these motherfuckers, they're cruel, dude. They sit there and call themselves Christians, but how many homeless? They're not willing to let a homeless in the church. There ain't nobody in that church. If they're truly, if they're truly, really fucking, children of Christ, aren't they supposed to help individuals like that? If they're truly concerned about things getting stolen from their churches, wouldn't you think they'd leave the Bibles and then grab the guitars and expensive equipment and put them somewhere safe and lock them up? So that way the homeless people can go in there and sleep, you know? So that way they're not out in the cold in the free -15 degrees in the winter.
Yeah, you know, like you said, man. A lot of Christian churches always like say, "Oh, we're children of God." I'm like, okay, well, now let me ask you a couple questions about that, and then they're like, "Uh-oh," and I said, "Okay, first of all, no, some of you don't will say this, but then you turn around and say the opposite of what you're actually truly meaning." And what really got me really upset was when Harvey, when a lot of people were homeless because they had no homes. That church guy, I forgot his name, Joel Osteen, whatever his name, I think that's his name, declined opening his church, but yet people were so mad that he opened his church because everybody else was saying open your damn church, man. But he didn't care about the people. He cared about the money. It's like, who cares about the damn money? The money can't save you. You know, People need somewhere to stay because their homes got destroyed. And people who don't have homes, let them stay
inside the church, and
Oh, but
a
whoa,
lot of
whoa,
people.
whoa, 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 whoa. We're the churches. That's not our problem that your homes are destroyed. We have places to go. Screw you guys. I'm going to take off with my profits and my money, and I'm going to go take it elsewhere. You guys can starve out here, and if you die, you die. That's one less of the population. Oh, but we still get our money. Oh, please come to our church services. Oh, okay. I know you're hungry. Come to the church, and we'll feed you one day a week.
You know,
Fucking bullshit, dude.
yeah, yeah, it is, man. I
Oh,
understand.
yeah,
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 it
yeah.
is.
Joel Osteen. Yeah. Alan pointed it out. Joel Osteen's another one of those motherfuckers that's going out there. Have you not seen Joel Osteen's house? Oh my god, dude. It's
Dude, that
crazy.
thing
These
is
people
huge,
actually
man.
pay for this shit.
You know,
He's a fucking millionaire because he gets money off people. Literally. He ain't preaching nothing but the freaking scripted ass word.
you know. I will say this, Joel Osteen pisses me off 100%. He really pissed me off because, when that shit happened, I was about to go to his Facebook page and curse his ass out. And apparently, right when I was about to do that, the page says, "Oh, I'm
I got a
sorry."
better one. Hey, I got a better one. I got a better one than that, brother. I was actually, I'm actually trying to fucking, I got ANOS that's want to dox his ass. They want to expose him and set him on fire. I know, freaking, fucking, it was like 5 years ago, back when Anonymous and Antifa were kind of, they were almost on good terms. But fucking, there was a friend of mine at that time. He was actually peaceful in Antifa. And he was all about peace, bro. You know what he was fucking talking about? We're gonna set that church on fire and burn that bitch to the ground. That was crazy. And I remember him telling me that. And I ain't heard nothing from that person since the fallout. But it's crazy, man. That fucking somebody would take all those profits, would take all this money from all these poor individuals, and I remember being in churches as a kid and sitting in pulpits and stuff, man. And I remember they would bring the tray around and they would force you, and there's some of them that look at you like idiots if you don't do communion because you're supposed to be a saint. See, I grew up in Pentecostal, so is I believe that Jesus Christ was real. Okay, there's no doubt about that, and I believe that there's something bigger out
Yeah.
there, and it might be Jesus, it might not, it might be the Son of God. Who knows? I don't know. I can't. I don't have all the answers, so I can't sit here and tell you that Christianity's all fake either. Because who knows, man? All I know is that in the Bible, in the what was it, the fucking King James Version, the KJV, it talks about these revelations and these prophecies are coming true throughout the Bible. But also, I've also heard rumors about interpretations and prophecies have been taken from other Bibles and modified and put in the King James Version Bible. And that's why the prophecies are coming true, because it was predicted by another religion. So you don't know what religion's true. All you got to do is go with your heart. And my heart, Wicca's true. Pagan's true. I believe in the gods and goddesses, in the higher above. I believe in worshiping Mother Nature. That's just what I believe in,
Yeah.
brother. And I ain't never going to change that. I can't. I don't believe in going out and cutting all
Yeah.
these trees down. When I don't believe in not
Yeah.
everybody being able to smoke cannabis or use cannabis for stuff. Cannabis is a very
Yeah.
good thing if you use it right. Now, if you're using cannabis for wrong reasons, I believe that is wrong. But I believe that cannabis is a God-grown plant, and that fucking people should be using a lot more cannabis. The government don't want you to use cannabis. You know that you can make money and currency out of cannabis. Literally, you can build houses out of cannabis. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true, people. Cannabis would shut so many businesses down, and that means that the government would not be getting their profit of taxpayers' money. So they're going to try to keep cannabis illegal. Now cannabis is being legalized in some states. That's profits being lost by the government. But the states are attesting this. People are getting sick of not having cannabis. Cannabis can be a cure for lots of things. Over a certain amount of years, if you use herbs and you use cannabis, it can cure fucking cancer, for God's sakes. Believe it or not, because you build up an immunity. It fights off any infectious diseases or anything. Cannabis is good. But just like anything, it's medication. Okay? That's what cannabis is. You take too much medication, what
Yeah.
happens?
And,
It's bad for you. You take too
yeah.
much of anything, it's bad for you. Just like anything else in the world.
Mm. And you know what? How, like, I've seen a lot of people post videos of when people use miracle marijuana. And there was this guy, he was a father of his son, and he was twitching and everything, and his son gave him miracle marijuana. 20 minutes goes by. He is so chill. Nothing happens. He gets up and says to his son, "Do you want a sandwich?" And he goes, "Don't you feel anything?" He goes, "I feel 10 times better than I was 2 hours ago." And I was like, damn, that thing was fast. And it's
Hey,
better
bro.
than taking pills, because pills don't work very fast.
You
That
know
marijuana
something?
that the guy used was so fast that my eyes opened up. I'm like, whoa. I was like, damn, that's fast.
Yeah, bro, like, whenever I was being raised up and stuff, when I was being brought up, I went to Pentecostal churches, and for those of you that don't know what Pentecostal churches are like, okay, imagine electrical jolts going through your body, and, like the Holy Ghost, or whatever the fucking they do, and they're jumping over pulpits, and you see like a 70-year-old woman jumping around like she's having a seizure in the air. It's crazy. You have to go to one to be able to believe it. You have to see it to believe it, man. And that's why I basically quit going to churches. That's why I quit being Pentecost, is because they kept telling me, well, you have to wear a suit. Well, you have to look a certain way. Oh, now you have tattoos all over you, Morbid. Oh, okay. Oh, no, wait. And I tried to go into a church and give a message, because I like getting anonymous out there. I like giving brother and sister messages. I like bringing people together. And I actually wanted to go to a church to actually give an anonymous message with my Guy Fawkes mask. Oh, no, that's Satan. Oh, that's of the devil, man. That's of the world. How can you, doesn't the Bible say something about not judging others?
Yeah,
Don't
it does.
fucking, bitch about our fucking camp if you can't even fucking keep your ass wiped. I mean, hell, would you run out of toilet paper or something? Do you need newspaper to wipe your ass, for God's sake? No.
You know, also, let me say this, man. This was like years ago, man. I quit being a Christian because I've seen how people act towards one another. I became an atheist, man, and I'm like, you know what? I believe everything I see around me. I see grass, I see beautiful skies, and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, I said, now this is what I believe in, Mother Nature. Then people are always telling me, "Oh, you're an atheist. You're going to hell." And I said, "Do you even really understand what atheist actually is?" They're like, "Oh, it's a satanic." I'm like, no, atheist does not believe in God or Satan, heaven or hell. They don't believe in none of that. They only believe in themselves because they want to believe in humans. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, if you're this, then you're going to be damned to hell." I'm like, you really don't understand atheism. Like, seriously. Like, instead of judging one another's, how about helping one another's? A lot of people, like, judge, like, you got all these different religions, but Christians are the only ones some Christians, I can't say all Christians, some Christians judges others because that's how they were taught. Other religions are like, "Well, we accept you for who you are, okay." And some Christians are like, "Get away from me, I don't want to be near you." It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You're a human, I'm a human. Guess what? Deal with it.
Right, right, right. I completely understand that, brother. All right, John Moralis, brother, that we covered a lot of stuff already, man. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for going live with us today, man. Thanks for coming and giving your perspectives. I'd like to go live again with you sometime, and we can go ahead and kick some more ass together and post this video wherever so everybody can see it and be a part of it, man. Everybody needs to hear this stuff. It's all legitimate stuff that are concerns for Anonymous. That are not only concerns for Anonymous, but concerns for the world. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But all right,
And,
everybody, that pretty much sums up the broadcast and everything. This is John Moralis. He is from True Anonymous Activist, and this brother is a true Anon. He's got a heart of an Anon. He does lots of good things, man. He cares about lots of people. He's got a heart of gold. Message John Moralis anytime. Give him some love, people. He's good brother. Good people, man. Just like every single one of you, man. You're all trying to make a difference in the world. You're trying to do good things, man. It's not going to be easy. We have trolls after us. We have FBI after us. We have CIA after us. We have every reason to be paranoid. And all my brothers and sisters watching this, I love each and every single one of you, but you need to watch your backs. You need to keep your heads up. You need to stay strong. You need to realize that people are constantly after you. People are constantly trying to shut you down, and that you are never going to be left alone, because you're always going to be a target because you're anonymous and you stand for something the government and the world does not like. And they're going to do anything they can to take you out. But we stick together. As long as we are united by one, divided by none, we can bring down the system and we can fuck them in their goddamn ass. Think about this shit, people. They have no control over you, over me, over John here, over any of us. They're completely irrelevant, and we have to show them how irrelevant they are. But we got to do it peacefully. We got to do it, respectfully. We got to give our points of view, and we got to consider others' points of view as well. Any of you guys that are on here, if any of you guys know any Antifa members that are peaceful, that can go live with me, man, I'd love that. So anybody that's watching, please, if you know a peaceful Antifa member that isn't going to fight or attack me or attack any of the other Anons, I'd like to go live with them. So that way, before November 5th, people's minds can be put at ease. Anyway, this is the broadcast coming from Pirate Sec and True Anonymous Activist on Facebook Live. Any of you guys that are on here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Morbid Anon, on the search bar, and you'll see anything you want. If any of you guys need a link, just please let me know. This is Pirate Sec. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Don't expect us. We're already here. Join the revolution, brothers and sisters, because the time has arrived.